What's up, math fans? Just when you thought you knew everything about triangles, there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is the area of any triangle. So some background knowledge I'm hoping you have is the area of a right triangle, which is stuff you learned way back. What SOHCAHTOA means, basic trigonometry, and also the concept of substitution, how you substitute values back in algebra. You learned that. All right, so hopefully you have those three things so we can get right through this. Let's say you have some shape that's in a triangle shape and you want to cover it with a carpet or tile or whatever. When you want to fill a space like that, that's finding the area. Filling a space is the area. So if I need to figure out area of a triangle, it would help me to have a formula. So this is a warm-up. If you look at this, back in the day when you first learned shapes, you knew that was a triangle and you knew some stuff about it. You knew that a triangle has a base and a height. And when this line and this line are perpendicular, when they form that right angle there, that's your base, that's your height. So then your formula is area equals 1/2 base times height. The reason the half is there, if you remember, is it used to be a rectangle, which was just base times height. And when you cut the rectangle in half, the triangle is half base times height. So area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So then you just plug in. The area here would be 1/2 of 6 times 5. And 1/2 of 6 is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So your area is 15, whatever the units are, squared, square units. If I would have said inches and inches, this would have been inches squared. Centimeter, centimeter, centimeter squared. All right, that's easy, that's all, that's review. Now, check this out. Same question. Maybe you're a little older now and the teacher says, what's the area of that thing? Because not everything is a right triangle. Sometimes you have regular triangles. What's the area of this thing? And you say, oh, it's base times height, 5 times 7, right? Oh no, maybe it's 5 times 9. I'm not sure. Neither one of those is the height. If you want 5 to be the base, which is fine, you still need a height. And there's no height there. What did I say about the height? It's got to be perpendicular with the base. There is no perpendicular here. So I'm going to have to draw one, and they're going to have to give you that extra information. So let's pretend it's 6, which if you know some background knowledge, is probably not 6, but I'm estimating just for the point of the area. So if it's 6, 5 times 6, half of that, that's the same. That's basically the same question as this. It's just stretched a little differently. So 1/2 the base times the height. 1/2 of 5 times 6 is again, I don't know what 1/2 of 5 is. 2.5. 2.5 times 6, 15. Okay, so again, it's 15. 15 units squared. It's the same idea, units squared. That was easy. Now, in general, we need a formula if they don't give you the height. The problem here is now that we're older, what if they don't give us that height? How could we possibly find it? So I'm going to prove a formula. What I do here is just the proof. You don't need to know the proof, you just need the formula. So you can skip the proof unless you're a real math fan and you're curious. Let me get this out of your way. And first thing I did was I labeled my sides big A, big B, little b is opposite it, and little c is opposite big C. And I know that the area is 1/2 base times height. I did that on purpose, so little b is the base, and the height is not even in the picture, so I'm going to draw it. That guy is h. Now if you're good at substitution, you're going to see that you don't want h. You'd rather use just A, B, and C. So we're going to figure out a way to substitute something for H. Let's see. What do I know? Remember SOHCAHTOA? You remember the sine formula? Tell me what the sine of big C is. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. So if this is big C, opposite of big C, there's a right triangle right there. Do you see it? I hope you did, because it's not very obvious. It's a big triangle and then 2 right triangles. Look at this one here. There is a right triangle. So opposite big C is little h over hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse, little h over A. Now we're going to do some fancy cross multiplying to get h alone. Just rearranging a formula. I'm not doing any values. So this is little a times sine C equals h times 1 is h. Look, I got h alone. H is A sine C. So instead of writing the h, I'm going to substitute this thing. So area of a triangle is 1/2 the base times A sine C. Don't write H. A sine C. And this is your formula for area of any triangle. As long as you have the outsides, you don't even need the height. Back when you were younger, oh, what's the height? What's the height? Don't need it. All right, let me clean it up for you. You might see it like this. Area is 1/2. I'll just switch these. A, B, put them in alphabetical order. AB sine big C. That's one version. Another version is 1/2 BC, what? Sine A. So it's two sides and the sine of the third angle. Two sides, the sine of the third angle. Or, of course, you guessed it by now, AC sine big B. Any one of these three, depending on what you're given. You have to be given two sides and the third angle. So you have to be given SAS. If you're not given SAS, I don't know if you can see that, so I'm saying it louder. You have to be given SAS. If you're not given SAS, you can't do it. You have to use either the law of sines or the law of cosines first to find missing sides, and then you can do it. All right? So, now that you know your three possible formulas, let's apply them. Look at number 2 and see if you can find the area of that triangle. You should be done by now because it was a right triangle. It was a trick. If it's a right triangle, it's 1/2 base times height, right? 1/2 5 times 12, that's 30, done. But I want to show you that the formula works. So for number 2, area is 1/2. Let's see here. Let me label my sides. Little a is here, little b is here. Don't know little c, don't really care. I could find it if I wanted to because I know the Pythagorean theorem, but don't worry about that. So it's 1/2 little a times little b cosine big C. That's 1/2, what's little a? 5 times 12 times the cosine of big C is 90. I did this one on purpose because I wanted you to know the old way to do it and the new way to do it, and I happen to have memorized the cosine of 90. I'm sorry, I wrote the wrong formula. I'm glad you were checking up on me. I said it was the sine of C, the sine of 90. See, I didn't memorize cosine 90, I memorized the sine of 90. All right, 1/2, what is it, 60 times the sine of 90. That's 30 times the sine of 90. Type it in. Sine 90 equals 1. So guess what? You were right when you said it was 30, and you're done. All right? Try the next one. Again, I didn't even put letters this time because I want to show you that the letters don't matter. Is it A, B, C, or whatever? As long as you have side, angle, side. So you should know that you're using this side, this angle, and this side. These don't even matter. Okay? So here's my little a, here's my little b, there's my big C. Use those, see what you get. I'll do it for you, but you could, I have the confidence that you could do it on your own. All right, let's go through it real quick. Number 3, area equals 1/2, again, AB sine C, be careful. So that's 1/2, what? 13 times 10 times the sine of 30 degrees. You done yet? I memorized the sine of 30 degrees also, by the way. Let's see here, that's 1/2, 130 times sine 30. Done? What is this? 60? 5 times, what's the sine of 30? 0.5. So whatever half of that is, that's 32.5, and you are done. There is using the sine formula to find the area of any triangle. All right, you're welcome. Thanks for watching. See ya.